today I'm going to start getting hay equipment ready. I'm going to go over to John's, get the baler out, basically maintenance done on it and ready for baling hay, which is going to be happening very shortly here. And then I'll start working on the other hay equipment. It's not as of the immediate attention because it's probably going to be a week and a half out. I just want to get it done so it's completely out of the way and I don't have to worry about the hay equipment when it comes time to start baling hay. Okay, so we are over here at John's now, and I'm gonna jump in the Kubota, and for the time being, sometimes I'll make hay with the loader on, sometimes I'll make hay with the loader off. The reason that I'll do it with the loader off is because I can unhook from the baler, pull into the loader, hook up, and be ready to go. But with the loader off, the tractor has so much better visibility that it's just easier to work with, easier to work around. The tractor also rides a little bit better. So I'm gonna take the box scraper off, pull back in this hoop building here and take the loader off in the shade, and then we will go dig the baler out of the shed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'll kick the kickstands down real quick, and then I will turn the accumulator off. I'll get in, take all the pressure, well, I will back out of the loader, take all the pressure off, and then pop the hoses off. So that's how this loader comes off. I'll get it done real quick. So the baler's back over here, and I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way of it. I cannot back the tractor in and hook it up to the baler, so I'm gonna try and wiggle it out with the forklift, and then I'll back the tractor up and hook it up in an area where I can get straight with it. As I was backing the tractor in the shop here, I noticed that it still has 1,000 PTO in it. So we're gonna go out and back it up on a slope and switch that PTO out real quick because we're going to be using the 540 RPM PTO with the baler. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get this hooked up here. First I'm going to grease the PTO shaft because that is really hard to grease after I put it on there. And then I'm just going to, thing by thing, plug it in, get it all done up. So it's nice and pretty, nothing's rubbing, nothing is touching. Get the jack lowered down and make sure she's good to go. Okay guys, so after fighting with the PTO for a while on the top end, I finally got it all greased up. I'm gonna hook that on and start doing the hoses. gonna let the jack down now. So I've got everything hooked up like it should be, functioning as it should be. I checked over all of it. And now I'm going to head home and get this baler cleaned up before I've got to load up a roll of net wrap in it and stuff like that, but I'm gonna clean it up before I do any of that. This baler has a net wrap tray in which you can put a full roll of net wrap, and you can actually pivot it out just like so, and slide a roll of net wrap up into the wrapping mechanism, which is really handy. And then you can lock it back. First thing we're gonna do here before we start checking the baler out at all, cleaning anything out, blowing it out, I'm gonna lift up the side panel and latch the tailgate open. Very important that you do so. All right, right here. And now she's locked up. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab my Milwaukee blower real quick and just make sure that this thing's good and clean. I'm not gonna wash too much on the inside. Just gonna check that out. Check the chain tension on the rollers of this side. I am going to wash the outside of the baler though. Once I wash the outside, we're gonna take it back to John's, throw a roll of net wrap in it, grease everything, and she should be good to go. So let's get to it. Well guys, just like that. A few seconds for you guys, a few hours for me, and a meal between. Tractor is clean, baler is clean. I'm gonna pull it in the shop, get a roll of net wrap in that holster, and then I'm going to grease the entire baler so it is ready to go when the hay is dry. The green side has to be at the bottom, or it won't roll the right direction. Yes. Get it out. The baler is all wrapped up. I put the roll of net wrap on it, found all the grease zerks, got those greased up. So it is ready to go. Next thing we're gonna do is service our Krone disc mower. Of course, that's gotta be a different day because it is dark now and I'm ready to head home. So we're gonna get that done and then also do some fixing on our rake. Well guys, it has been a couple days since I got the baler ready. I'm going to take the 695 over to John's right now, and I'm going to hopefully get the rake and the tedder out. I need to do some work on the rake. Our rake is basically running on borrowed time, and we've just got to keep repairing it until we can afford a new one. We're looking at power rakes. They're extremely expensive. This year just ain't gonna cut it, so we're gonna hopefully keep our old rake going and make it through this year. But I'm gonna jump on the 695, get over there, It looks to me like on Friday we might be able to cut hay. The forecast looks like we've got 4 to 5 open days, and we are only several weeks behind schedule on our first cutting of hay, but that's just how life goes. It's been really, really wet and we haven't been able to get out there and get it done. I remembered that the 695 needs its oil changed, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a filter, dump the oil out of this thing, throw new oil in it before we start making hay with it. That looks like the one. Okay, pop this oil filter off real quick. I've got 10 quarts in it. It is right on the full line. I'm going to start it now real quick, and then I'm going to go make my oil change sticker, and then I will let the tractor sit for a couple minutes, make sure that it's got the correct amount of oil in it. If that's the case, then we're gonna take off over to John's, because I really need to get over there and get stuff done. Got oil pressure built up, so now we're gonna let it sit for a minute and I'll check it again. Right at max. One of the other things I gotta do right now to this tractor is grease it real quick. Grease the loader, front end, and then we'll be good to go. Got the oil changed, and the 695, she's all greased up and ready to go. Thankfully, I remembered to change the oil. We have not changed it since we bought it yet, so it still had the old International oil in it. We run 15W40 and Pico and everything, so it needed to get that switched out. So that way it's got the same oil in it as the rest of our tractors. So I'm over here at John's now, and we've got the rake hooked up to the 695. We're gonna pull that around. We're gonna come back and grab the tedder, and then we're gonna start looking at the things that need fixed on the rake. So one of the things that I need to fix on this rake here is this tongue. The bolt holes are really worn out. We never changed the height of this anyways, so I'm just gonna position it like that and weld it into place. That way it doesn't do this anymore. So I'm gonna hopefully get that welded in, and then I'm just gonna check over the rest of it and make sure that it doesn't need any more work anywhere else. Well, it's not pretty, but I got it welded up so it doesn't wiggle anymore, and it's penetrated very well. Now I'm just going to go around, check to make sure I don't find any cracked welds, and if I do, I'll touch those up real quick. I'm also going to grease it and just check it over really well, make sure all the bearings are good, fill the tires with air. Look what I found. A broken bolt that we need to replace. I guess I will go ahead and make a new one. There it is. I'll drive it out and try and mimic this little weird cut head. Okay, I've got this bolt replaced. You can see I've closed up that gap quite a bit there by replacing that bolt. We've got the rake, the tires aired up on it, everything's checked out. It all looks good, or as good as this rake can get anyways. I'm gonna pull it outside, go get the tedder, check that thing over as well. We have just a 2-basket bush hog hay tedder. We want to get a 4 or a 6 basket, preferably a 4 because we do have some narrower areas that we make hay in. It would be hard to do with a 6 basket, but that's 10 grand that unfortunately we don't have right now. So we're just gonna have to continue on using our 2 basket for this year. It's gonna mean a lot of seat time for me on this thing, getting her done, but I don't know what other option we have. So I'm gonna go ahead, grease this thing. That should be all it needs, but I just wanna check it over and make sure there's nothing wrong. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the PTO real quick just to make sure that that thing runs without any weird noises and whatnot. I am gonna go home and do a few things that I need to get done. I'm probably not gonna start on the disc mower. All that really needs is some of the blades changed and the PTO shaft greased, so I'll just do that the morning before I start mowing. But I'm gonna pull that back inside, head home, and get some stuff done. So I hope y'all really enjoyed getting to see me working on our hay equipment, getting that ready, because I am so stoked to hopefully be cutting hay at the end of this week. Haymaking is my favorite season, hands down, and we are so close, and I'm really excited to get started on that. With that being said, guys, that is all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time.